MTR, when are we going to see some of the good examples of women on your channel? MTR, you always focus on the red flags, the key indicators. We want to see the good ladies that know how to treat and respect men. Well, here you go.
Unpopular opinion. A lot of women put their faith and trust inside of everybody around them except for their man who they should actually trust the most.
Whew.
You go to your best friend and you confide in her and you take her advice and her criticism without any kind of pushback and or negativity because you trust that she has your best interest at heart at all times. You go to a restaurant. You don't go to the back and try to tell the chef how to do his job because you trust that he's going to prepare your meal in the manner that it should be prepared. When you go to the nail salon and you go get your nails done, you've been painting nails since you was probably 7 years old, but you don't tell sis how to do her job because you trust that she knows what she's doing. When you go get your hair done at the hair salon, you don't try to tell your stylist what to do and how to do it. Even though you do your hair every day and you've had that same head of hair all of your life, you trust that they know what they're doing. When you go to work, you deal with your manager and you just trust that whatever they're doing, whether you like it or not, is for the good of the company. But when it comes to your man, you don't trust him. All of a sudden, you now are the master of leadership and you know everything there is to know about leading. But that's whenever you should be trusting him to do his job and lead you. Stop acting like you know everything, baby, and trusting everybody but him. Give that man a little bit of credit and trust that he's going to lead you in the right direction.
Many of these modern women have been taught, they've been nurtured to subvert the authority of a man. And more often than not, they don't even realize that they're doing it. They buck up towards the thought of submission, but don't realize that they submit in various different ways all throughout their life. But when it comes to a man, that word submit is damn near sacrilegious. Let's go.
You are the man in every single relationship you have because you embody the masculinity that you crave. When is the last time you said something to a man that actually made him feel like a man and not like one of your kids? I want you to really think about that because you keep saying that these men are narcissistic. You keep saying they're toxic. You keep saying, oh, they don't communicate. They're not emotionally intelligent. They don't know how to lead. They don't know how to pursue. But I have to be honest with you. Men don't feel like a man in your presence. We have to get this together because you say you want a masculine man, but your mouth and your energy says completely differently. I'm going to give you 3 sentences that shifts the energy instantly when you're having a conversation with the man.
Okay.
1, I trust your decision.
Ooh, that feels good.
Thank you for how you handled that. And 3, I feel safe when you take the lead.
Oh!
That's not you being weak. That's not you talking to him like you his mama. That's you understanding the man that you are with, the man that you are dating, the man that you're married to. Because a man who feels respected becomes a man who shows the up and out for you.
Very true.
Every single time. But a man who feels like a child in your presence, he will always shrink and never be able to give you what you want.
Yeah, and the crazy shit is that they'll talk about getting a real man. Meanwhile, these real men got real ass options. And those options ain't with your angry ass. But the same way that I just melted many of the other men that are out there in this community, they hear things like that and they would fight to protect a woman that respects him to that degree.
And for those of us who come from matriarchal family structures, no one really talks about the impact it has on a woman to grow up in that kind of family setup. My mom is single. She's a single mother. Her sisters are single mothers. Their mother was a single mother. And their mother's sisters were single mothers.
Okay.
So
Matriarchal.
I grew up around extra strong women.
Yep.
I grew up around women who were running the household. Women who played both the role of mother and father.
Okay.
And that's all I know. Right? And that's probably why, for people who have spent a lot of time with me, they'll identify how hypermasculine I am, how hypermasculine I can actually be. Being soft and feminine doesn't come naturally to me. But I'm learning now that I'm in a long-term, steady relationship with a man who wants to show up as a man. But I realized that most of my relationships before didn't work because of my hypermasculinity. I did not leave room or space for a man. I don't wait for a man. Like, I'm that girl. If I ask you to fix the light bulb today and you don't do it, like, in the next day or two, I'm going to get a ladder and do it myself. Like, I'm not waiting. And when you speak to other women, like my colleagues and friends who grew up in similar situations, the narrative is the same. Okay, we don't know how to not show up in our masculine energy. And that's frustrating for a lot of men. So my partner has to constantly remind me to back up. It's not your job. It even shows up in how hard I work. Like, I am a provider, you know, and I take pride in being a provider, even when I'm being provided for. And it's so messed up because in as much as I say I want to be soft, to be feminine, to eventually move into a housewife role, I don't think I can.
Yeah.
I don't think it's in my nature to be like that, to be soft, to be feminine 100% of the time. I probably have more male friends than the average female because of this. And it's so weird because I spent most of my life thinking that I'm this strong and this hyper masculine because of what men have done to me in the past.
Trauma.
But the truth is that I am this way because of the matriarchal structure that I grew up in. And I don't know if this is just my experience, but I'm interested to find out from you guys who grew up in a similar setup as me, Uguti, how you guys show up every day.
Newsflash, most Black community is an entire matriarchal structure. So most of the women walk around with this type of behavior. Now, to your point, calling out women that refer to men as narcissists being all into themselves. Meanwhile, the exact same women don't know the behavior, the traits, the characteristics, or the things to say to a man to get him to perform well within his masculinity. For example, let's say that you guys open a supermarket and there's something up on top. A lot of these women will just go get it themselves. But a woman that's with a man is going to know that that man wants to feel like he's in a position to control the space, the aura around you. So you should say something like, hey, baby, you mind getting that for me? And he can be like, yeah, sure, I got you. And then he's giving you the opportunity to be that guy. Guys don't want lazy as hell women, but I think women that can intelligently give the runway for their guy to represent themselves as a guy are thinking more intelligently about reducing their masculinity while enhancing their femininity. Let's go.
Men are physical creatures. I'm not telling you that your looks, your fitness, and your beauty is going to necessarily keep a man, but I'm telling you that it's going to give you a better chance at becoming a wife and staying a wife. And these are just things that you should know. If you have an issue with it, this is probably not the page for you. These are probably not the men for you. Because when I tell you, I've literally had clients who have told me that their man wants to divorce them because they're getting bigger.
Yeah.
When I tell you I have clients, and these men are wealthy. When I tell you I have clients that know of men that have broken up with their girlfriends,
because they turned into a porker.
They did not like how they let themselves go.
Listen, can men write weight into the prenup? Can there be a weight obligation? Let's say 6 months post-pregnancy, you got to get down to a certain weight, baby girl. That's 6 months. What you been doing? All right? You'd have less of this postpartum if you were in the goddamn gym. I guarantee you that. All right? Nevertheless, though, the weight thing is a huge damn issue, which is why I focus on it so much, because men are, in fact, I think women are visual creatures too, but men damn sure are visual creatures. Let's go.
I hate to break it to you, ladies, but this is the tough love that we need to hear. These are things that you're going to have to do to maintain and keep these types of men.
She got on too much makeup.
It is what it is.
I don't care what nobody say. Having a nice body, having your body in shape is a flex. It is a flex that nobody can take away from you. It's a flex because it gives you a different aura. You walk with a different type of pride. You have a different type of confidence. And it's not even loud. It's silent. You don't have to say nothing. Like, your body speaks before you even enter the room. Your whole energy is different. Like, you walk with a different energy. So keep that body. Get that body together. Stay in the gym. Keep working out. Keep doing it.
You ain't got no money, get fit. If you funny looking or if you're not cute, get fit. There are 3 types of people that this society reveres and pedestalizes: the beautiful, the healthy, and the wealthy. Hence, any 3 of those things are very hard to get. Society reveres things or people that have things that are hard to get. And it's beauty, health, and wealth. And if you don't have beauty, natural beauty, and if you don't have money, the simplest thing of those 3 to acquire, to get, is to get fit. That's a $10 a month membership at Planet Fitness to start. That's shopping the outside of the supermarket to start. A byproduct of getting fit is you start to get attractive across all demographics.
Yeah.
Because a fit body is a beautiful body, biologically. That means that you look like you can outrun animals, predators. You look like you can have a baby. That's really what it is. That's all that we care about biologically, right? Is that you can outrun your predators or you can procreate. So when your body looks like you can do those things, you become attractive to many people, okay? And once you become attractive, now you have health and now you have beauty. And now you're going to get money because people only want to work with either people that they know or people that are attractive. Attractive people get jobs. Attractive people get contracts. Attractive people get money.
That's that halo effect.
So if your money's funny, get fit. If you're not pretty, get fit.
Yep.
You swallowed that man's DNA last night, but you can't drink apple cider vinegar to suppress your appetite and control your blood sugar so you can burn fat. Oh, okay. And I also heard you be getting your back beat at 2:30 in the morning at your sneaky link house, but you can't get to the gym at 4 a.m. in the morning? Oh, okay. Y'all spend hours at the hair salon, the nail shop, and all that old jazz, but you can't take an hour to meal prep? Oh, okay.
That's a good
Now,
point.
you said that you was going to do your research on how to lose weight and what foods you need to eat, but the only thing up in your search bar is porn. Oh, okay. You can be committed to a man that gave you BV 75 times, but you can't commit to going to the gym and eating in a calorie deficit.
Not the vaginosis.
Oh, okay. You claim you want a fat ass, but yet you still sitting on the damn couch with your foot crossed, watching something on Tubi and eating potato chips all day, strolling through TikTok. Oh, okay. That's what it sounds like to me when y'all be telling me y'all ain't got time to take care of yourself.
Call out the hypocrisy.
My husband pays all the bills. Thank God. So his check literally covers everything. Okay. My check is something that we use for investments, we use for savings, and we use to pay off debt.
Wow.
But if for any reason I don't work for the next 20 years, we'll be fine because he makes enough to cover all of our expenses. But I like to still work. I like that I have income. And to be honest, your girl has student loan debts. I've got debt. So I'm glad that my check is able to pay towards both him and I's debt. So anyway, so we went through and we did all of our expenses. We put down our rent, our car payments, our car insurance, our phone bills, the average cost of groceries, the cost of our Wi-Fi, the cost of electricity, the cost of water. We did an entire spreadsheet of every single bill
I love it.
that we had.
Come on.
And then we went through and we looked for ways in which we can condense the cost and the expenses of our bills.
Yep.
I'll give you an example. I went through and I saw that, okay, you pay $300 for your car insurance. I pay $300 for my car insurance. I went through Geico and did an estimate of how much it would cost to add Marvin to my car insurance. Guess how much it cost? $275 for him and I both to be under the same car insurance. How much does that save us? $325 a month. We went through and did this for every single bill that we had, looking for ways to be able to condense our bills and to get rid of things that we don't need. I also use an app called Rocket Money. And that's where I'm able to go through and look at different subscriptions and see what subscriptions are monthly and do I actually use the app that I'm subscribed to. And what I found is there's a lot of little $9.99s, $4.99s, $2.99s, and Rocket Money is able to catch those repeat payments And I went through and found that I was paying probably $140 worth of apps that I don't use anymore. That's just kind of sitting on my phone, and I forgot to end the subscription.
Having $140 a month worth and stuff just coming out your account without you knowing, to me is absolutely ridiculous. I am an active purveyor of all of my finances, everything that's happening around me, what's coming in, what's going out. And I take control of my finances so I can understand what it is that I'm working with, so I can do the most damage with. But even though I'm saying that, I know that the majority of people are not like me, this degree of financially conscious. And probably her situation is a lot more normal than what even I would consider normal. Money gives many people anxiety, so they don't want to check their accounts because those are the real life analytics, because the real analytics of their financial situation could mess them up mentally. But I would say to the majority of people is that you got to take control of that, especially if you're in a marriage where you guys are sharing, right, responsibility between different expenses. But exactly what she's calling out, the path that they are on in order to understand how they can be optimized, is exactly the path that people should be on. They are taking control, probably because they also recognize that financial instability, financial issues is one of the leading causes of divorce. So congrats to them for taking control of their situation. Let's go.
Here are 2 reasons why I believe our generation is filled with a bunch of single and lonely people. Reason number 1, our parents. If you're a millennial or a Gen Zer, you probably had parents who pushed you more towards finding a prestigious career over building relationships. That's what they made you focus more on: school, career, job. You got to do it. They pushed us to be single. Not saying anything is wrong with school and careers, but that's what they made you focus more on. Reason number 2. Y'all not gonna like this. We all slightly overvalue ourselves. Oof. Don't get me, y'all. We all think we deserve a 10 and above, a certified 20. We all think we need that, when really, a lot of us are 5s. A lot of us are 5, 6s, 4s, 2s. And that person you're rejecting.
Submission to my husband is oppression, then lock me up, baby, like chain me together. Because I, as a former independent boss babe who don't need no man, I could never. I don't want to do anything without my husband. I want him to make the decisions. I want him to lead me. I want to submit to him. I want him to guide me. I don't want to lift a finger. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to be responsible for the decisions we make. I want you to do it. Now, will I complain about my husband sometimes thinking I can do it better? No! You thought I was going to say yes. No, because I trust that he submitted to Christ. And so I don't have to worry about anything. I don't have to worry. So no, I don't talk bad about my husband. I don't put him down. I don't make fun of him in front of people. I don't degrade him and belittle him. I don't make little jokes about him. Just kidding, but not really. I don't. I speak life over my husband. I talk about how amazing he is. He can do no wrong in my eyes. He is literally sent from God. I'm obsessed with him. When did this become oppression? I could never.
So here's the thing, right? This is a PSA for modern women out here. Y'all, stop arguing with that man and being combative because he checking you on things that need to be corrected. That's what a man's supposed to do. That's what a man does when he actually cares about you and wants you to be in his life and is serious about you. He don't play about you.
Yeah.
Stop looking at it as a attack and become defensive and then want to become combative and then want to start deflecting. I'm just here to tell y'all that if a man corrects you, it's because he actually really bang with you, right? If he's not correcting you, you should be very concerned. If he's just letting you do whatever you want to do, he don't like you like that. I promise you, he don't like you like that. So I'm going to be the woman to tell you, let that man correct you in peace. Stop arguing with that man and being combative with that man.
Yeah.
And anytime you want to argue and be combative, I just want you to take your hand and pop yourself just like that. All right?
You know, now that I think about it, I often tell men that you need to stand, hold firm. You need to hold the line. You need to set Your boundaries, you need to tell them no when you don't feel comfortable with something, or you just don't want to do something, or if it's not in aligns to the path that you are laying down. And what I also say is that women, or just people in general, will not respect you if they can walk all over you. But the funny thing is that a woman who respects you, you checking her, will turn her on. That's usually what they want. They want to be put in a goddamn place. My thing is that you have to have a healthy, not a toxic way to be able to check, right? If it's a check that also there's a lot of drama within there, there's a lot of pull and tug and toxicity within it, then the juice ain't worth the squeeze. But sometimes they will shit test you. They will say and or do things that to kind of get you off of your center. And it is your job as a man to bring them back in line or bring them back into the center. And they'll like you for it, inevitably. Let's keep going.
These are some controversial rules in my marriage. To me, they're not controversial, but according to society, having rules at all is controversial and oppressive. But with the divorce rate being over 50%, I'm not going to listen to society. Number one, he is the head of the household, which means he is the final decision maker. Does this mean I'm not involved in conversations or decisions at all? No, but it does mean that at the end of the day, he has the final decision. Women, it is much easier to trust God and to trust your husband than to be a control freak. Number two, we don't do 50-50 and we do not call each other partners. We don't own a law firm together. We are husband and wife in a lifelong union. Number three, we do not throw the word divorce around at all. Not even to joke. Ending a lifelong covenant is really not something to joke about. So that word is just not in our vocabulary. Number four, we don't hang out with friends of the opposite sex alone. And we also don't text friends of the opposite sex unless it's something like, hey, can you text so-and-so to bring potatoes for tonight's dinner? I don't know. And if I do need to text one of our friends of the opposite sex, I just throw them in a group chat with my husband. It's a respect thing, and there's nothing that you should be talking about with someone of the opposite sex without your spouse knowing, unless it's like a birthday gift or something. And number five, we have very clear roles/chores in the house. I highly recommend establishing this before you even get married. That way there's no room for resentment.
Come on.
Let me tell you a little secret. Stop staying in relationships with women who do not respect you. Let me tell you why. When you are in a relationship with a woman who does not respect you, your potential and the things in your life that you really want to do go from here to here. The power of a woman's words has the power to make you or break you. So if you're in a relationship with a woman who does not speak life into you, who is not there to support you, who is not there to provide an atmosphere for you to think clearly, which means, again, keeping the house clean, keeping the house neat, keeping things organized around the home. If she does not provide that for you, she is limiting you. Think about it. You thrive as a man. You thrive at your highest when a woman is in her femininity.
And with that video, I am now officially done. I am out of here. I will say also this at the end of all of this is that, guys, you know, I do understand that the internet is a place for where you can make some money, right? And I do understand that some of the women that are up here, although they may speak a good game, you know, their actions behind scenes might be a little bit different. But nevertheless, I appreciate those that can take to a public platform and speak about these current things from their own experience to teach other women, because maybe when it's men speaking about it and it's women speaking about it, maybe some of the things within the culture can shift and can change. You guys let me know what you think down in the comment box down below. Did you enjoy the compilation? Should I do more of them? Let me know. All right. Until next time, YouTube. Peace.